Looks like there's a new face in the Red Sox clubhouse. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Seat Radio. My name is Corbin. The Red Sox made a flurry of moves today. In fact, it was 4 specific ones, 2 of them being a DFA of Yohan Ramirez, which thank God we never have to see his face on the mound ever again. Just simply not a great showing out in his last game. In order to make room for the Red Sox adding Lucas Sims, a newly acquired pitcher, into this bullpen. So we'll get to see him for the first time, maybe in today's game even. And they also made a move that decided that they were going to see what they have in AAA by calling up one of their more intriguing prospects. So that's what we're talking about in today's video. We're going to be going over this promotion, who it is, why the Red Sox may have decided to do it, and obviously how this is going to impact the 2024 team. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one. Let's get into it. Okay, so for those of you who may not know what I'm talking about just yet, a few hours ago, the Boston Red Sox announced that they are going to be calling up everyman prospect Nick Sogard to make his major league debut. This will be the first time Nick Sogard plays in a professional game, and for those of you who may not be super familiar with who Nick Sogard is, the best way to describe him is he is the Swiss Army knife of Red Sox prospects. I mean, he does a little bit of everything. Taking a look at his game offensively, specifically this season, he hits from both sides of the plate, and while hitting from both sides of the plate, he's going to give you some solid contact with a 279 average. He can also get on base a bit, a 382 on base percentage this year and a 13.8% walk rate. And on top of that, he's recently added a bit of power to his game. Specifically this season, he is currently slugging .439 with 12 home runs and 17 doubles in 89 Woo Sox games this year. All of that is good for a 115 WRC plus, about 15% better than the average hitter in AAA. Nothing unbelievable, but solid from both sides of the plate in basically every single sense of the word. He is going to give you a little bit of strikeout potential. He has a 20.8% strikeout rate in minor league baseball right now, and usually that number jumps a little bit when they get to Major League Baseball, so there may be some swing and miss in his game, but again, he's still going to be a bit of a tough guy to strike out with his ability to understand the strike zone and his contact ability. Plus, he's a guy who could give you some sneaky pop. At the plate, he could do a little bit of everything. On top of that, defensively, he's basically almost as versatile at the plate as he is a defender. This season specifically, he's played almost every single position on the diamond. In fact, it is shortstop, right field, left field, third base, second base, and first base. The only 2 positions he really hasn't played this season are catcher and center field, but honestly, I think he might be able to do those as well. It's not insane defense or gold glove caliber defense, but it is solid everyday defense that the Red Sox could specifically use right now, right? Because over the last couple of games, really since the All-Star break, that Red Sox defense has reverted back to what we saw at the beginning of the year, which is costing them major league games. Nick Sogard could come in and immediately help impact with that. Now, specifically, when we're talking about his defense, the Red Sox do have a bit of a plan for him. Alex Cora spoke with media just after Nick Sogard got promoted, and he talked about what role they're going to use him in, saying that he's most likely going to be a left-handed pitcher platoon with second base. Basically, again, making him a platoon with David Hamilton, which may be coming at the perfect time because second base all season has been a bit of an issue when it comes to offensive production. For a little bit, it felt like David Hamilton was going to be the answer to that. I don't really know if that's the case anymore. Hamilton has been struggling mightily over this last month. He currently has just a 210 average with a 269 on base percentage and a 274 slug since the beginning of July. The Red Sox need to start getting some production out of that position, and maybe Nick Sogard is the guy to do that because the Sox are going to be using him mainly as a right-handed platoon. One thing I did want to point out is because they are using him basically as a right-handed hitter at the major league level, was his statistics as a right-hander against lefties. I couldn't find a ton of information, but Alex Spear helped this out a bit by tweeting out, currently this season he is hitting .330 with a .525 slug off of left-handed fastballs, both both four-seamers and sinkers. That is a whole lot of production against some pretty quick pitches. So something to keep an eye on right there is that he's going to punish fastballs in the zone from left-handers. Again, something the Red Sox could definitely use. Now, obviously, this move would not be complete without someone else having to lose their spot on the big league roster. So let's talk about that as well. But before we get into that, do me a favor. Make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content basically every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. Helps these videos out a ton, and it's the best way you can let me know you're enjoying the content we are putting out. Thank you all very much for taking a second and doing so. Let's get into the second half of this video. Obviously, someone had to make their way down to minor league baseball in order for Nick Sogard to get up here, and that move included the Red Sox optioning Jamie Westbrook down to AAA. Now, to be honest with you, Jamie's kind of an interesting case because there are some decent metrics when you look at what he's been able to do at the major league level, but overall, it's been fairly disappointing. What I mean by that is if you take a look at his defensive metrics, which actually don't look that bad on paper, which is surprising to me because using the eye test, it does not look like Jamie Westbrook is comfortable at second base. And combine that with what he's been doing at the plate, which is just a 150 average with a 234 on base percentage and a 530 slug for a 58 OPS plus, about 42% below league average production. You're not getting a super productive player at the big league level out of Jamie Westbrook. He's fun to root for. He can hit some bombs when he needs to, but it just simply wasn't coming together all that much at the plate or on the field for Jamie Westbrook this season. But like I said, there were some intriguing parts of this. I think Jamie Westbrook against lefties was really interesting. It's a 102 OPS plus. The problem is he's just simply not making enough contact in those situations, and I don't think what he was able to do against lefties at the big league level was enough or as frequent as the Red Sox would need it to be to make up for his, let's say, subpar defense. So in my opinion, yeah, I think this is the right move for the Red Sox, right? At some point, you got to try and continue to improve a position that either you couldn't figure out at the deadline or you can't figure out with the depth currently on this roster. And I think this is exactly what they're doing in this move. Taking a look at it overall for this Red Sox team, I love it. Specifically for Nick Sogard, he is a dude that has been absolutely grinding for the last few years. He felt like he has deserved a promotion this entire season, bringing in some power into his game, being that super versatile defender are both things the Red Sox could use at the major league level. He's worked really hard at improving himself. We talked about it when we interviewed him earlier this year on this channel. I will put the link to that somewhere in this area right here if you want to take a look at that interview. But he talks about how he's trying to be decent at basically everything in Major League Baseball, and that's kind of what he's been doing in AAA. So I'm excited to see him get an opportunity to prove what he could do at the big league level. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I truly think Nick Sogard's ceiling is that of a 2019, 2018 Brock Holt, someone who's that super utility type guy, someone who's going to impact this team off the bench or in any position given, and of course at the plate as well. He has the potential to do that. Now it's about whether or not he can actually get to that potential, and this is his first opportunity to show it. Now, I honestly am not too sure if this is going to be a long-term promotion for Nick Sogard. I would guess that it's most likely going to just sort of be a placeholder until Vaughn Grissom's going to be ready, but at this point, I don't know if Vaughn Grissom's a guarantee to be truly healthy at any point this season, so maybe they do give Nick Sogard a longer leash here, especially if he ends up coming out of the gates firing. For the Red Sox, again, I really like this move because it allows them to continuously improve the back end of this roster. It's something that they have been pretty solid with doing this entire year, continuously trying to find ways to get guys in here who are going to make an impact to some degree. It might not be the savior the Red Sox need. It might not be the face of the team that's going to turn this bad streak around, right? But it's going to be someone who raises the floor of this team. At the bare minimum, he's going to give you better defense than Jamie Westbrook with a bit more contact. If he could do that, this team is going to end up in a better place at the end of the day. So I like this move for not only Nick, but for the Red Sox as well. And personally, I just want to say a huge congratulations to Sogard. I've talked to him a few times. He's a really nice guy, and he definitely deserves this shot in Major League Baseball. So I'm real happy for him. I feel bad for Jamie Westbrook, but at the same time, too, you can't produce at the Major League level. You got to do something to fix that, and I think that's what the Red Sox did right here. Only time will tell, though. However, before that happens, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about this? What do you think about the promotion of Nick Sogard? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What do you think about about the demotion of Jamie Westbrook? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Is there any other moves that I quickly mentioned at the beginning of this video that you're really focused on? Let me know all your thoughts on the latest Red Sox roster moves in the comment section down below. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, do me a favor. Make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. Again, it just helps these videos out a ton. It's the best way you can let me know you're enjoying the content we are putting out. Don't forget, you can always get these episodes in podcast form if you're interested in listening instead of watching. All you got to do is head over to your favorite podcasting app and look up Red Seat Radio. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you in the Red Seats.